Hello, I'm Albert Afuamhen, one of the DBF volunteers. My job is pretty simple. I'm going to help you appreciate the financial template that was sent to you if you are one of the DBA Model 1 student or trainee, as the case may be. Okay, let's kickstart. The template we have here is for a 4 product schedule. That does not mean that you cannot expand it to take more than 4 products or reduce it to take less than 4 products. But let's just work with this. I'll throw light on it as we progress. And also, we are going to be making projection for 24 months. I want to believe that you will learn something from this class. Fine, let's move. I don't need to stay long here trying to explain every bit of statement you have under this overview tab. Let's move straight and discuss our forecast. Okay, fine. For a startup, you should have your projections, what you want to do and how you want to do it. Now let's begin with our forecast. Remember we said that we are looking at 4 products. It must not be 4 products, and the 4 products could be anything depending on your field. So if we say, okay, fine, you are into what kind, let's say catering service, you are into photography business, as the case may be, your product 1 could be video coverage. So what you do here is you can come here and change what is in this box. Once you click in the box and you go ahead and type on your keyboard, it changes what is in there. So whatever you think your product is, you come here and impute it. Maybe this one is photo album. Maybe that's one of the product. Good. Now the P1 here, P2, P3, because we are doing a 24 months projection, this P1 component will refer to January and February, depending on when your year starts. It can also be seen as just 1 month if you are not considering bi-monthly forecasting. What we're doing here is, remember the overview page told us that the projection is for 24 months. I hope that makes sense to you. So now we were able to change this by just clicking in the box. If you want to change this from P1 to reflect whatever you think it should be there, I can click in this box and type straight here, or I can come straight into this cell, delete what I have there and say, okay, this should be January, February. I could abbreviate it January/Feb. Maybe that's what I want there. I can come straight to this place. Now, okay, I can come back and say January, Feb of 2015 and come straight to this cell. It looks like I'm not seeing everything here. I can come straight up here and double click on it to widen it so that I can see everything I have there. I can also come to this click in the box here, but I think just this one, you can actually use this to effect whatever change you can do. This just at least let's save time. Now if this happens to be one of our products, now the next question we want to ask ourselves is, how many of this photo album can I sell in January and February? That's in 2 months. Okay, let's say based on how we do our business, or maybe based on my findings, based on my feasibility study, I discovered that it is possible to do, based on quantity, to do 10. I come here and fix 10 in January and February, maybe because it's not a peak period or maybe because it's a big period. Then the next thing is, what is the unit price for a photo album? How much can one photo album go for, depending on how you do your classification. If you have photo album for, let's say, if it's categorized, that becomes different product. You call this one product 1, photo album 2.4, which means a photo album with 24 pages, photo album 6.4, just like that. These are the different products. So for this, you're sure of doing 10 in a month, and let's say the rate for each in this case is something like 120,000. So the unit price, or let's say it is something like 500. Okay, yeah, let's say you can do one photo album for 500 naira. Let's use that. Now if you're observant, immediately I typed into this box for the cost forecast, the system updated it here. I know you'll be wondering, but yours does not have this value. Sorry, I actually did impute into the cell, but now that I'm explaining to you, I felt like at least explaining few things here, so at least it makes sense to you better. Now when I imputed here, the system automatically, watch, let me rerun it so at least you see. I want to change this quantity to 12. Look at, sorry, now I have 12 there. If I click somewhere else, you see the system automatically updated this here. So this particular cell up here for my product controls this, so you don't need to bother yourself imputing the quantity. So whatever quantity you're looking at for sales should equal the quantity you're looking at for the cost, so the cost forecast rather. So I think that makes sense. So if this is unit price, then coming straight to this place, let me do something here also for photo album. And if you're observant, when I typed here, the system automatically dropped it here as well. Now what would be the cost of production of this photo album? Now you say you can actually do 12 in a month, and no, rather 2 months. We're looking at January and February, and here you have costs that will go in, maybe buying the material and every other thing, your transportation and the rest of it. Let's put it at 200 or 250, or let me leave it this way, 200. It means that the cost of production, or the cost now for this your photo album, what went in for each will be 200. Then at the end of the day, because you're looking at 12, you're having a total of 240. Now how did we arrive at this 240? Interesting. Okay, simple. Now this you don't need to do anything about. We already have a formula in the box there. This one came from the multiplication of this cell and this cell. That's why when you click in this box, look up, you see the cell, the formula there. Interesting. Okay, let's go. I think it makes sense. Now if this is understood, the same thing applies to every other cell here. I hope that makes sense. And as you do impute your values here, the system goes ahead and updates the cells here down to the right, and at the extreme it gives you the total. This one, if you click in the box, it says summation of what you got from this multiplied by this multiplied by this multiplied by this. So it takes this and does addition, adds this to this. If you look at it, I click in this look up, look at the formula, summation from C5 to N5. Where is C5? This is my column C, and this is my row 5. So C5 is this, C5 to N5. That means when the column in between says I'm dealing with a range, C5 to N5. So we go C5, D5 down to N5 and drop the results here. Then coming down this way, once you impute into, remember you're only imputing into the cell that's actually colored. Once you impute into the cell, it drops this, and at the end of the day for January, February, it's going to give us the total revenue. So in January, February, this is supposed to be our total revenue. Don't get excited yet, because you're looking at this and looking at this and say, wow, this is good. It's a profitable business. You can't be too sure. These are just your projection for now. So I want to believe that this makes sense. For this particular forecast sheet, it's pretty straightforward, and the formulas I've actually looked at. This one is just taking the summation of the total revenue for the respective columns you have here. So it does the addition and drops it here. Great, looks nice. Okay, that will be it for forecast. In the next video, we'll be looking at operational plan. But what I promise you is I will keep making reference to this particular table if the need arises and explain further. If you have any question, please do leave a comment and we will definitely get back to you. Thank you.